Done.
Welcome in the Chasing Chips podcast. I'm Charles Dixon.
Dang, sir. I'm not gonna kick you way down though. So
You can go introduce yourself. What's your name?
my name is Josh, and my team is still in the playoffs. It's the
Uh,
only statement I'll make right there. But
that's why I got all
I'm not gonna
black
kick you
on.
way down.
That's why I got
I
all black
never
on, man.
I never
This is
like winning based off of injuries. I think it would have been a tougher, obviously, would have been a tougher matchup if Paul George and Kawhi would have been playing the whole series. I still
definitely
think that we would have beat y'all, and a lot of people would disagree with me,
yes, a
which I
lot
understand.
majority.
Which I understand. But you gotta also understand how basketball works, and especially the Suns work, is that they typically will play down to their competition. And Paul George and Kawhi playing is obviously going to elevate the competition and game on the other side. I think that we would have answered that call still and been able to beat y'all, but it would have been a lot closer than this series. So it's unfortunate that Kawhi and Paul George were hurt again. It's tough to see.
Yeah,
Um,
again.
but moving on to other things, we
Yeah,
gotta
it's.
we can't
I,
sit here and get all like hypothetical and think like, oh, what if they wouldn't have been injured? I mean, it's the playoffs. This is basketball. It happens. So like fortunately it tilted the spectrum in our favor this time, but I'm not going to sit here and be sorry that we won or like I don't know like what some fans expect, like especially on like the
I
Twitterverse. Like
let me
they
just.
expect us to be like, "Oh yeah, y'all would have beat us if your team wasn't injured." That's just not going to happen.
That's
So,
not going.
it's the playoffs, players get injured, it's part of the game, and you're my friend. I'm sorry that it happened to you, but I'm not going to sit here and be apologetic or feel sorry because it's it's a win or lose league, so it is what it is. You would have done the same
And
thing for me.
yeah, and I'm with you on that. I completely understand. I want to first off congratulate you on the win of the series. Congratulations, you deserve it. They played well. Devin Booker went crazy the entire season, and then KD went crazy on a. If he was just playing on a regular team, those are good numbers. You know what I'm saying? But
Those are
Devin Booker was putting up 40 every single game. So I think that's good for y'all. I appreciate it. And I say like if I'm gonna be one of those people, I'm a Clipper fan. If we were fully healthy, I think we beat y'all. But that's just I've been saying that for what the past 3-4 years. If we're fully healthy, dot dot dot, it don't matter. At the end of the day, the number one thing that goes in winning a championship is health. If your team is not healthy, most likely you're not winning a chip. That's just what it is. That's how it's going to be and how it's always going to be.
right.
Now, I was upset because I got sick on the same day of losing, and I read a thread that was full of craziness about the Clippers, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to be a Clippers fan anymore because I read this thread, and then I took a step back and then read it again and did some research on my own and found out some things were lies and connected with some people and found out things were all over the place. So I'm still a Clipper fan, people. I'm still gonna rock with my team. I
Yeah.
think the one thing I do know is that we cannot run this back. We cannot run back the same team. We got Kawhi for 2 more
Wait, that's
seasons.
different than what you said earlier. Yesterday, you were saying, "Oh, we should run this back." I'm getting mixed messages from you now.
I don't think we. I think the core we should run back. Like I think there's
So,
just a
so
lot of
you
stuff.
think that you should bring back Paul George and Kawhi?
I think for look here for one, we have a new stadium opening up 24-25. They better be on the team, or we better go get some really great stars in in exchange for them because it cannot happen. We can't. You can't. That just makes no sense. You're gonna lose so much money. LA is about two things: winning and stars. And if you ain't got, we're not winning right now. Nothing significant. And if you trade the two stars for just draft capital, there is nobody gonna show up to the stadium. None of these games are gonna be packed. It's gonna be
Yeah, that's true.
empty, which will be sad. So I think you keep both. For me, I think you keep. Like obviously, everybody's mad about the Kawhi and finding out the torn meniscus in the same knee. That's tough, man.
What are
Injuries
y'all
happen.
mad about? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, what are y'all mad about? The man played game 1 and game 2, and he so it was the same knee injury that he tore his
I think
meniscus on,
I think that's
and
what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. Like people were mad up to finding out today what it was. Everybody found out today exactly what it was, torn meniscus, and it kind of everybody backed back because what it was no one knew what the injury was for the past 4 games. We didn't know. We didn't know what was
I mean,
going on.
you gotta be vague. Like, I mean, you don't want to
Oh
like
yeah,
reveal
you
all
got to
your
be vague.
cards during the
So
series. So
now
it is
that
what
we
it
all
is.
know that everything's out there, everything's done. I think there's a lot of players that don't like being in the situation that they're in. I think a lot of players want it, but the thing about it, nobody is free. Everybody's on contract. Only person not on contract is Russell Westbrook, and I think we should bring him back. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think you should
And
too.
and but the thing is, we have to make some trades. We have to upgrade. We have to because honestly, it would have been a tough feat to beat y'all fully healthy still. And I think
Yeah,
we are deep. I understand that. But it's all about team chemistry and the team loves each other. They like playing with each other. That's great. But the
do you think?
biggest thing is health. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know. Here's my thing. Is that I think that you guys should ship one of your stars and trade them for another asset. I think that you guys have the depth, so if you can try to maintain that depth, that'd be great. Bring back Russell Westbrook. But we talked about this last night. You know, if I'm a Clippers fan, my ideal scenario here for next year is that you try to get Jaylen Brown. You try to trade for Jaylen Brown, and you trade Kawhi for Jaylen Brown. And if you got to include some picks in there because Kawhi is, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Celtics would be interested in
somebody
a
to say
straight up trade, but there's a little bit of unreliability. Jaylen Brown is a little bit more reliable nowadays, but Kawhi can also win you a championship, and he's a star. And we were laughing about this yesterday. The Celtics, they, love that star power, and Kawhi would be
Mhm.
able to buy a lot of jerseys. And the Celtics fans are, oh, man, I don't want to say this out loud, but I guess Celtics fans are perceived as being a bit of a
racist.
racist,
Yes, come on,
yeah,
man. Yes,
racist
yes, for
fan base.
sure.
So
Everybody, every
you
player
you
says
know
it.
that Kawhi kind of keeping to himself and like going to work every day and stuff would be like what they want from a basketball athlete,
Mhm.
and to put it, I guess, a little bit,
I'll say it
direct
for you.
is that,
I'll say
yeah,
it
go
for
ahead.
you.
Go ahead.
It's the Jaylen Brown talks too much black power for Boston Celtics, fans. As simple as that. And
Yeah.
Kawhi don't talk anything. So kind of
He
the
just
swap is
shows
gonna
up to
work.
work
I
every day.
understand. Yeah, he does his job and just goes home. He doesn't say anything. And that's fine and dandy. You know what I mean? That's cool. It's
I
whatever.
think that would be a great trade for both teams. If Kawhi stays healthy and Jaylen Brown stay healthy, I think that's a great trade for both teams.
I think
You
both teams
you
win.
plug in Jaylen Brown, so you go Russell, Jaylen Brown,
Jaylen Brown,
PG at the
PG.
3 or 4, and then fill in the gaps from there. I mean, I think that's a solid squad, and I think it's all dependent on how far the Celtics go this year.
Yeah,
But
I do. They
yeah,
win a chip. You
I
bring him
think
back.
that's a great swap. I think it's a great swap for y'all. And
I
Jaylen
think
Brown's
so.
got that star power. You're not losing it with Kawhi, and that's your future. That's your future team.
And that's where I'm at right now. I think I don't want Paul George to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I don't.
Yeah,
I trust
I think Paul
him a
George
lot
is a good.
more. And then for me, Kawhi, that trade is cool, but at the end of the day, we still need another. I think we need a forward. You know what I'm saying? I think our center position is solid. I think Zubac and I think Plumlee coming back is cool, but we need a power forward. We need a real power forward. You know what I'm saying? A real one, like a muck it up power forward that can hit some
You
jumpers.
need a
That's what we
star.
need.
You need a star. I mean, I don't know how many power forwards are available out there that are going to be. I mean, like maybe Jeremy Grant, maybe Julius Randle, but those aren't like you'd rather have a Jaylen Brown. Like,
Yeah, for sure. I'm not. That's
yeah,
after that would be after the Jaylen Brown move. You know what I mean? I like
right.
Jaylen. I think he's fantastic. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been a fan of Jaylen, even more so than Jason. That's just who I am. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
I probably have a bias. yes, I like Jalen more than Jason. That's
Whatever.
that's the known fact.
We'll cross
That's
that
what
bridge later on.
I like Jason too, but I'm just more of a fan of Jalen.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Simple
Well,
as that.
let's move on. Clippers. Good night for the rest of the season.
You guys,
Good luck. Ty Lue
still gonna
probably
be
probably
talking
going
about
to be out, most likely. And Ballmer, you continue to
Hey
spend that
man,
money with no result.
hey, look here.
But he's got it. He's got it. He's got it to spend.
I
So,
understand he got it.
good for
We'll,
him.
we'll talk. We'll talk more about that down the line when we get more and more of this information coming out. Things start to clear up
Right.
and things like that. We're gonna give it some
Right.
time. Before we get off the Clippers and the Suns take, I need you to tell us or tell me what you feel about this next series. Quickly, give me a 1 minute spiel. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna count you down. You got 1 minute
All
to
right.
talk about this next series because we're
All
gonna
right.
talk about
I'm
it a
gonna, I'm
lot
gonna tell
in our
you.
next episode.
I'm gonna tell you pretty simply what is the key to victory in this series against the Nuggets. For me, and I've thought about this, it's gonna be attacking three players on ISOs constantly throughout this series. We're gonna have to attack them on the offensive side, and it's gonna be obviously Jokic. We're gonna have to contain him as much as possible. He's gonna get his. He's gonna be a playmaker. He's gonna score. It's gonna happen. But you want to wear him out as much as possible. So Jokic is first, and honestly, his defense is a liability in my opinion. And then the next is Jamal Murray. We're gonna have to attack him hard. So I'm expecting Devin Booker to ISO Jamal Murray a lot and try to attack him as much as possible. And then the third is MPJ because you don't want him to get hot. And MPJ, if we continue to attack him, which he also is a defensive liability, all three of those players are defensive liabilities, in my opinion. Like, I don't think Jamal Murray or MPJ or Jokic are good at defense at all. And if we can continue to attack them, wear them out a little bit on the defensive end, then whenever they come back on offense, hopefully that will alleviate some of the pressure, and they'll have to rely on other players like KCP and Aaron Gordon to score the ball. That said, you can only do so much. They're still going to get theirs. I expect Jamal Murray to stay hot. MPJ is a little inconsistent with his offense, but he will knock down shots too. And then Jokic is obviously MVP candidate. So it's going to be a tough series, but I see a lot of defensive holes within the Nuggets lineup. And that's where I have a little bit of faith and confidence with us pulling out the victory.
What's the series prediction?
I think the Suns in 6.
Suns in 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the Suns in 6. I think I don't want to underestimate them because my first instinct is to always view the Nuggets as kind of frauds because we've swept them last time we met them, and they've been notorious for being like a regular season team that's good, but then when it comes to playoffs, they can't win.
I think,
Which
yeah.
I don't want to underestimate them. Maybe this is the year that they just turn it up and they're
I'm not gonna
reliable. Well, I mean, maybe this is the year that they turn it up. I mean, they're a good basketball team. They've been playing together very well. But I just think that, on the defensive side, they're a liability. I don't think that – obviously, Jokic is better than DeAndre Ayton, right? But I don't think that Jokic can guard Ayton whenever he's on defense. I think that Ayton is much stronger and much more athletic. I think Jokic is smarter, which that will help out a lot. But I think that Jamal Murray, MPJ, and Jokic are defensive liabilities, and it's going to be up to KCP and Aaron Gordon to pick up the slack on defense. That's it.
It's way longer than 1 minute.
Hey man, it's a lot. I got a lot to say. I'm very. I thought about it a lot.
You said it twice. I got it the first time.
I know.
I'm going to the point of they sweep them. If they win game 1, it's a wrap. How Devin Booker is playing, how KD can play, and CP3 is CP3. For occasion, he gives you a 5 to 10 minute burst of that prime CP3, bro. Is a gentleman's sweep. You swept them last year without KD.
Yeah,
they essentially have almost the same team. Pretty much coming back. They have a few pieces coming off the bench that are a little bit better.
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
MPJ is playing a lot better. Jamal Murray's playing a lot better.
Okay. Yeah. And it's still not. I mean, y'all no. Last year they didn't have Jamal Murray. My bad. Last year they didn't have Jamal Murray.
Right.
Jamal Murray's back. But
If Jamal
y'all
Murray
have Kevin
continues to
Durant.
put up like 25, 30 every game,
It's a
they're going to be
gentleman's sweep.
tough. They're going to be tough.
Gentleman's sweep. No, Daniel Craig's probably gonna guard Jamal Murray.
Torrey Craig,
You know what I'm saying? Torrey Craig.
Daniel
Why I keep
Craig.
on
You
saying
love
Daniel
saying
Craig is a
James
I
Bond.
keep saying Daniel Craig. But Torrey Craig is gonna guard Jamal Murray.
I would
You know what I'm
rather have a
saying?
Kogi on him, to be honest. But yeah, fair enough. Either
Kobe's
way.
yeah. Either way, that's
Yeah.
tough. You know what I mean? We've seen that Craig is a really good defender. After that, bro, Jokic, Aiton, that's a toss. You know what I'm saying? MPJ and what? Booker. You know, MPJ is gonna. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And after Aaron Gordon, who's gonna guard him? I don't. Who else is
KD.
going? KD. All right, that's not a wash. KD won that. So I'm like, how Devin Booker is playing and how KD can play, and then Chris Paul is just floating. I don't know who he's guarding, but or whoever's guarding him. I just
He's
can't
probably
see. I
guarding
see
me
them.
either KCP. He's probably guarding KCP, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the
Chris Paul.
gentleman's sweep. It's a gentleman's
Yeah.
sweep. It's happening. It's 5. It's 4-1. You know what I'm saying? I can't. And the one game that the Denver Nuggets win is going to be hella close.
Yeah.
I
I
wouldn't
am
be
also
surprised.
concerned.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we'll see like how they match up. Like, because I know that they've been playing small, and I'm not sure if that's because of the Timberwolves, but they haven't been using their backup centers like Thomas Bryant and DeAndre Jordan at all. They've been using Jeff
Why
Green.
would you?
So
They suck.
it's gonna be
What
interesting
do
to
you?
see where Biombo fits in this. Like, will we go small as well, or because I don't see Jeff Green guarding Biombo or Aiton like very well. So it's gonna be interesting to see that. And then I don't know. We'll see. It's a toss up. It's tough to determine because the
Be nice.
Nuggets, they have good team chemistry, but I uh I don't know if they have it in them to beat us. But I've been
You're being
surprised in the
really
past.
nice.
You know.
You're being really nice. You're being very nice. I think you're being nice to Dugan. I mean, you're trying to, try not to be disrespectful to him. But I'm going
Well, I
to
mean,
be.
they
I believe
deserve the
they're going to get swept.
respect.
Or
They deserve respect. They were first in the West and by a long shot, and they're playing really well. Granted, they played against the
first,
Timberwolves that didn't have Jaden McDaniels, and
yes, they. That's what I'm saying. What does number one seed in the West, number one seed in the NBA don't matter. Period. And that's what Van Gundy said the other day. He said, "Or was it Mike Malone? Anybody you play against in the playoffs is going to be a tough out. It's just how it's going to be. Everybody is, but I don't think the Suns are number 4 squad. That's the thing. The Suns right now, if they play like that all year, they will be the best team in the league. I guarantee.
yeah,
This is like it's crazy. Like, bro, 70 points is coming from 2 people.
yeah, it's wild. Like, I
70,
think they're definitely the
70.
1 and 2. I think they're the best 1 and 2 options in the league right now,
Oh,
at
by
least.
far, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean,
So
Katie's putting up like
I
a
don't.
silent 30. It's crazy to
Yes,
see
a
it. Like, I don't
silent
even
30.
notice he
It's
puts up 30.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if Chris Paul's gonna give you 15, if DeAndre Ayton gives you, and he always gives Jokic buckets, and then you got Torrey Craig that's always giving you now, averaging 15 points. He gets against us 15 to 17 points a game because he's getting wide open shots, which is going to
Right.
continue to happen. Because there's only one day, the only one way they can slow them down, they say, okay, we're gonna take the challenge and everybody's gonna guard everybody one-on-one, no doubling. That ain't gonna
Right.
happen. So that's this. It's for me. It's not going more past 5 games. It's not
I'm
going to
also
happen.
hoping that campaign comes back healthy. Like, I'm so tired of Landry Shamet, dude. I don't know
I
what
don't look
I
at.
don't know
I don't
if
want to.
I don't know if Landry
Let's
Shamet's
not
got
ever
like
say that.
blackmail on Monty Williams or what, but like, dude, he plays him way more than he needs to be played. Like, I'm so sick of watching Landry Shamet play. It's very unsettling. And I'm hopeful for campaign his back to be back in the lineup, back to normal. I think that it'll be great to have him in the backup lineup again. I'm also a little iffy about campaign, but he's much better, hands down, than Landry Shamet, and he at least can orchestrate the offense whenever he's in the game. So I will hope that Monty doesn't play Landry Shamet anymore. and just put Campaign in the fucking game because he can actually score at times. Landry Shamet has made, I think, 1 basket this whole series. So terrible.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna get no surprises in this series. I think we're gonna get what we know what's gonna happen, and I think the Suns are just gonna coast to the conference finals. I think the Suns are coast to the finals. But moving on to the other games that are going on, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Things we didn't know would happen. We'll start with the Lakers Grizzlies. The Lakers are up
Yep.
3-1. We can quickly talk about this. Do you think the Grizzlies win a game? Or you think it's over?
I think they'll win a game. I think they'll make it 3-2, and then they'll lose the next one after that.
Oh, okay. I think so too. But it's weird. I don't want to go against Laker fans, but something about how Ja is getting better every single game. It's helpful. But the bad thing is the mental thing about how everybody is only talking about Dylan Brooks and how he's been yapping and not talking to the media and 2 times in a row and ducking media after talking all that big stuff, all that talk, and that conversation with LeBron pregame kind of hurt him and things like that. Um, that's the only reason why I don't think they win tonight is that the Lakers. But for me, it's just AD is just having. He has had 2 bad games. He has had 2 bad games. Now the
Yeah.
last one, Memphis just choked. They had that, but LeBron James being LeBron James did his thing. Do I
Yeah.
think? Do I think he ends it because the Lakers and Grizzlies, the winners play the Warriors and Kings. So,
Right.
which would be a great series. Next,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this while I'm talking to you. So, I I I, I don't think the Grizzlies win another game. I want to say
Uh,
that the Lakers close it out in
all right.
Memphis.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can say that, but I'll tell you what. No matter who wins, the Grizzlies or Lakers, they ain't beating the Warriors or the Kings. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Like either whoever wins the Warriors or Kings series is gonna move on to the Western
I
Conference
feel
Finals.
bad for the Kings, man. De'Aaron messing up his finger on his shooting
Yep.
hand. I know
Yep.
if he was Kobe, had the Kobe, Kobe messed up his index finger, but it wasn't on his shooting hand.
Mm.
I think he's holding
Yeah.
trophy.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yes, yeah. So I'm just saying like that's the tough thing. I mean, I want to see how today's game goes, but yeah, I think it's and I've always said Clippers Warriors in the final. I think it's gonna be Warriors Suns conference
Yeah, I think
finals.
it'll be the Suns Warriors. Unfortunately, I hate playing the fucking Warriors, but yeah, the Suns Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and then I'm picking the Sixers to win the Eastern Conference Finals, and yeah, will be the Suns
You think the Bucks
Sixers.
are gonna lose? You think the Bucks are gonna lose that series?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do I think that? Yeah, I do. I do actually. Yeah, three
I
one,
think the
right?
Bucks.
It's 3-1.
Yeah, I think the Bucks come back.
Okay.
I really do. I don't think Jimmy Butler has another 50-point game in him.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love Jimmy, but he only does this once. I mean, Jimmy Butler, this is a big one, but I think they come back. I think the Bucks win tonight. I think they win in Miami and they win Game 7. I think they come back 3-1. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Okay.
And then they just spank the
Not
Knicks. And
typical, but
I still
yeah.
have Bucks. I still have Bucks winning the final. If the Bucks get knocked out, it's the Celtics. I like this. The Sixers are good, but the Celtics are having trouble with the Hawks because of matchups. But I think the Celtics and the Sixers, I think Celtics got it.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm
We'll
gonna still
see.
stick with my Bucks pick to win in the East. We'll see. Um, I, I
Not
would.
looking good right now.
No, it's not. It's not looking good for them. But
Hmm.
I'm still in mourning of my team getting knocked out. Again because of health reasons. We fought. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. Played
Yep.
incredible.
He
Gained the
did.
respect of everybody that was off his bandwagon. Now, some people out there, he still has some rent in your mind. I just want to say this. I had got text message people like, you can't win with him, or I told you couldn't win with Russ. And And I was like, the audacity for you to text me that when you know Kawhi and PG ain't played and Russ is by himself is just so sad. Rent free. Russ is rent free in your mind. Just it's so sad. You just
Yeah, it's
like
I
he
bet
must
you
be
it's all
some
Lakers
TV person.
fans. I bet you that's the problem. Is Lakers fans just
I mean, no, some of the Lakers
they didn't
fans
treat
have
him
come
right.
over like, yo, but some people are still like against it. And hey, you know what it is? Keep that hate in your heart for Russ
Yep.
because he, averaged 25 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds a game, shot 40-something%. I think that and almost gave us chances to win. I mean, except last game, obviously he missed that layup, but bro, he was tired. Like, bro, he gave everything he could give to try to
Yeah,
beat that team.
he's the best
Yo,
player on the Clippers team for sure.
by
The whole
far.
series.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The whole series.
So
Kawhi had his first 2 games. Obviously, those were great, but Russ kept it interesting.
right.
And that's the reason why we should resign him. If not, he's gonna get re-signed somewhere else. And the Clippers have pretty much showed everybody in the league what type of team you have to have around for Russ to work.
Yep.
Simple as that. That's the team. You have this certain team around him, it will work. If you have the Lakers type of team around him, it won't. Simple as that. But everybody knew that coming into that. But that's my spill on Russ. Big ups to Russ. He's one of my favorite players. I can thank you for holding it down for us while everybody else is gone. Norman Powell did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So other than
Batum did
that,
his
man,
same.
he finally showed up the last game.
No, he didn't. He was
Finally.
trash. He was garbage. All right. With that,
Yeah.
I bid thee adieu, and
Yes.
we'll continue talking. But hate to beat my friend in this, and it is what it is. Better luck next year.
It is what it is.
Hopefully,
I'm a fan now.
yeah. Now you can jump on
I
the
can just watch
Suns.
it.
You'll be a fan now. I'll buy you a jersey. We'll be all right.
I'm not gonna be no Suns fan, but I am rooting for y'all.
I
As usual,
appreciate
I
that.
always root for the gotta root for the team. You chasing chips?
Yeah,
You ain't
Pacific
got one.
Division, all good. Hold it down.
I still ain't got one. Anybody with a chip, I don't go for.
Absolutely.
That's
Love
simple.
that.
That's it.
You gotta earn it.
But all right, y'all.
All
Thank
right.
y'all for
Peace.
listening. Chasing trips.